Hey guys, it's me, Stephanie May, your Fly Goldie. So I am in as I tell my cousins, I'm in my condo, which is my truck. So I love my truck, and I get off of work and I literally can sit in my truck for hours. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. I can literally sit for hours watching videos, just reading things and just relaxing before I go in the house. So I know I said several months ago that I had something to share with you, but guess what happened to the world? It imploded, right? So I, like you, have been in a state of shock. Like, what do I do with myself? I'm stuck in the house. I'm stuck with my family. I love them, but do I have to see them every single day to save my life? Lord, help me. Save me from saving my life. So that's that. We're at a place where the world is starting to open back up again. Unfortunately for myself, being a CJO holder of the airline that I love so very much, to the blue and the white, I love you. I can't wait. I'm still here. And as a matter of fact, the reason why I'm doing this vlog right now is because today, July the 12th, 2019, is when I actually got my CJO. So today is my CJO anniversary. Yay! The unfortunate part is that it may be another 2 years before I'm actually able to fly. That is if they don't take our CJOs away, because if you are following aviation, you know that the current flight attendants and everyone that work in the industry, they are going to be hopefully not, because I signed the petition. If you haven't, look it up and sign the petition for the extended funding to go to aviation so that the flight attendants and the pilots can continue to work in the midst of this pandemic. We need them to keep working in the midst of this pandemic so that persons like myself who want to fly and have always wanted to fly are able to do so. Aside from that, we'll wait patiently. Just don't snatch our CJOs from us. We've waited a while. We can wait a while longer. As long as there's a plan, we can stand with you. We stand CJO strong. We do stand CJO strong. Love you, blue and white. So what's been going on? So our world turned upside down. We've had some terrible deaths with the Bryant family back in January, and then now we're dealing with civil unrest, with the mistreatment, the ongoing mistreatment of Black people, and it not being understood. And so I want to speak to that for just a second. And then I'm going to share some really, really exciting news for you, because with my CJO being on hold for a little bit, I've had to make some adult decisions. As though my being a mom and a grandmom was not adult enough, I have really had to adult in the midst of the pandemic and figuring some things out, right? So, just a quick minute, just 2 or 3 minutes on this topic. So, I have in my family, and this is not one of those, oh, I have white friends type of a things. No, I have Caucasian family members. Seriously, within like my first generation cousins, my first cousins, second cousins, my great grandmother, those types of things. So this is no way coming from a perspective of someone who is racially disconnected from the Black and white issue and does not have a heart for the other side of the table, because I'm both and I love both and I have no issue with either. I do take issue with people taking issue when issue doesn't need to be taken, if that makes any sense. My grandmother used to say all the time, a hurt dog will holler, a hit dog will holler. And so I really feel as though if it's not applicable to you, it shouldn't bother you. If the situation is not a life that you're living, don't. We don't have the answers. As an African American, we don't have the answers. As white people in America, you don't have the answers. And nobody is saying that anybody should have to make up for what ancestors did, but just don't perpetuate what was already done. That's the ask. And to not think that you're saying, I'm sorry, is going to fix it. That's the equivalent of taking a dollar store Band-Aid and putting it in the middle of the largest crack of Hoover Dam, expecting for it to not still burst open. Literally, that's the equivalent. Sounds extreme, but it's just that. It just doesn't work. Just to be empathetic. The same as if someone just lost a family member. You don't know the pain that that person is feeling, but just be there and say, what can I do to help you? And that's all the ask is. It's just a different conversation, I believe, that needs to be had, that some people are just not comfortable with having because they're not really sure what will be asked of them. Sometimes those hard, fast conversations are going to be a bit uncomfortable, but it's in the discomfort that the growth occurs. Just like when we were growing up, we had what they called growing pains. Literally, our bones were stretching and our body was stretching, and that stretching was hurtful when we were in our preteens. Growing pains. It's the same thing. If you're conditioned to a certain thing for a period of time, you become conditioned to it. And so to stretch yourself outside of that, it's going to be painful. Even in our own personal lives, if we're so conditioned by how our families raised us, whether we were raised poor, middle class, upper class, it doesn't matter. If it's not something you're used to, you're going to be a bit uncomfortable if it comes time for change. I'm watching myself because I'm in my parking lot. And who's out besides me at 2 o'clock in the morning in Chicagoland area? So with that, I'm looking around. So if I appear to be looking around, I am. So anyway, I don't want this to be too long of a video. But yes, so let's continue to love on each other. Ultimately, I don't believe there's not one person on this earth who doesn't just want to be happy, does not want to just have a peace, a calm, a serenity, just a space where there is just a zen, just a smooth, light feeling. It's all we all want. I hope y'all appreciate my studio lighting in my car. I'm just up tonight. I have a lot on my heart, and so I was like, let me just, before I get out of my car, shoot you guys a video, because I promised you a video a long time ago. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I endeavor to be more diligent and purposeful in bringing you some different content and bringing you some different conversation, just to evoke some thoughts that we don't normally think about on a regular basis. So with that, I was saying that I had some changes, some adulting that I had to do. So guys, in my endeavor to become a flight attendant, I had downsized like I was headed to college. Literally had. Only to find myself now with the pandemic and the max being down and it not looking like I'm going to be in the skies for some time. I need to find somewhere to live. I've been in the process of like buying furniture and stuff. So I am going to be moving to my first apartment that my children have never lived in before. So this is going to be the first place I have ever had by myself that no one has ever lived in with me but me. You don't understand how major this is for me, because I've been a mom since I was 20 years old. I am going to be turning 49 this year. Yes, 49 this year. And I am going to be moving into my first residence by myself. So for me, this is major, and I'm still like subconsciously thinking of space that I need to have for my kids, and I'm just not going to do it because I do have some other goals that I have set for myself. So in order for me to accomplish them, I'm downsizing. I've downsized my living space. I've always either had a single family home or a townhome, because I wanted to have space to raise my kids in, for them to have the friends come visit, for family to come and have some place to stay, blah, 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 all that other good stuff. Not this time. Not this time. And so I want to take you guys on my journey of my moving in. So today is Sunday morning, July the 12th, which is my CJO day. Today is the 12th. I actually move into my place on the 16th. I get my keys. So I'll take you guys on that journey. And then I'll take you on my journey of moving in, and then on my decorating it, because it's gonna be a challenge, because literally when I tell you it's a micro space, I think that if my grandson, who's 2 years old, laid on the floor 3.5 times, he would have gone from one side of my living room to the next. It's a little exaggerated, so maybe 4 times. So yes, so I'm excited about that. And I've also been working on some businesses that I want you guys to know all about. It's going to be fabulous. Like in this day and age where we are right now, it's going to be so beneficial for everybody to be involved and to utilize what is going to be presented to you. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm so excited, and it's hard for me to like hold it back from you guys, but I want you guys to know that I am doing this with you in mind. I'm thinking of you while I'm doing this. I totally am. I'm totally thinking of everybody, and just watching how people have been suffering. People are literally suffering during this pandemic time. I've seen people literally flip out, and it's been so concerning to me that I'm like, oh my God, what can I do like to affect people on a grander scale? I found it. We got to get back to ground zero, guys. We have got to get back to our home base, guys. We have got to get back to what matters most. And what matters most is you. You for you and me for me. That's what matters most, because if we're not taking care of ourselves, we most definitely can't take care of each other. And just like they say when you're on a plane, put your mask on first before you even put it on your baby. And we as moms and dads and cousins and grandmas and grandpas and papas and goldies like myself, that's what my grandsons call me, Goldie, we want to protect those that we love, but we can't do that if we're not first protecting ourselves. We're leaving ourselves exposed, therefore leaving ourselves in a position where we can't give what we don't have to offer, right? Nobody wins. So with that, I've got something for everybody. It's going to be hot. It's unisex. It's timeless. Never goes out of style. Never, ever, 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 ever goes out of style. So, I might, when I wake up, come back and say something else to you guys. I really think that, because it's like 2:21. Let me see if you can see. It's like 2:21 in the morning. I need to get out of this car. But for whatever reason, I'm not sleepy at all. Just wide awake. And all I've had was some water and a Whopper Jr. and some onion rings and a Coke slushie. All of which I should not be eating, because I'm supposed to be on this weight loss journey that I had previously discussed with you guys. And see, what had happened was COVID. I have COVID weight. I have COVID weight like people have breakup weight. I broke up with the world. And so I have some extra weight on me. Again, you really can't tell. And if you don't know me, you'd be like, oh girl, you look so good. I'm like, oh girl, I can't breathe. So I need to start walking, which I do walk. And so I need to start walking more. Honestly, I'm failing myself. So again, I don't want to be before you guys long, but I am excited that You guys are starting to look in and chime in, and please comment if there's anything you'd like for me to discuss with you. If you have any questions with regards to, why I'm here or whatever you guys want to say. If you're like, girl, you need to stop because you don't know what you're doing, say that too. So I can encourage you to just be open-minded, but that everybody is not going to be the same, and we all have something to share. And if I'm just not what you like, then share me with somebody else. Maybe, they will get it, Just kidding. But thank you for chiming in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Did I say share and subscribe? Please share and subscribe and like it. Because honestly, there's some things that are coming that I want you to be a part of. I am a different vlogger, and I'm going to take pride in that. I don't want to be mimicking anybody else. I'm not going to be all grandiose and all of that stuff, because I am here honestly just to speak from my heart and what's on my heart. And as it's happening, since I stated before, my life has turned all the way upside down in ways you guys won't even imagine, and I'll begin to share more about that. So if you've gotten a couple of my older videos, go back and watch them and like them too. You'll get a little bit of my story. I'm starting over. I'm Benjamin Buttoning my life right now. I really am, and I'm happy about the journey. I'm happy about my journey. I was at first concerned that I would be leaving people behind, but guess what? You can't take everybody with you. And if you're supposed to be going to the left and people are hell-bent on going straight or to the right, then guess what? You have to go to the left alone. And so that's where I am. Forging my own trail, which I encourage everybody to do. I encourage you to follow your heart. I encourage you to do the things that you know that you're supposed to be doing without having to explain yourself. And that's where we have most of our issues, where we feel like we need to explain ourselves to other people, and we don't. We owe no one anything except for respect and love. And that is to love a person enough to, if it means not speaking to them, to not speak to them, to give them their space, to give them their space, to acknowledge a wrong against them, acknowledge the wrong against them, and keep moving. And all of those things, just keep moving forward. Even if it's a small step, it's a small step towards where you're supposed to go. Okay, so I could be long-winded because I could go on and on and on because of all of the lessons that I have been learning. I could go on, and I'm a talker. So, but you guys will in time see that. So, may the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you, be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Peace. Yeah, yo.